Good morning, everyone, and welcome to MSNBC Saturday. I'm Alex Witt. It's 11 a.m. here on the East Coast, 8 a.m. out west. Let's get to what's happening right now out there. Some modest good news on the unemployment front this week. Fewer people applied for those benefits this week, but the jobless rate certainly remains high. And the stories of those who lose their jobs, well, there's many of them out there. In his new book, ETRE the Cow, I used a little French there for you, Sean Kenniff tackles the topic in a very unique way, and the author of the book joins here right now. Good morning to you, Sean. Dr. Sean to some.
Yeah, your French is très bien.
Ah,
très bien.
Merci beaucoup. My mother will be very proud. Listen, before we get to the book and how you talk about ETRE the Cow, what happened to you with your job?
Like many workers in the United States, I had dutifully done my job. I was working for a large U.S. corporation, never missed a day of work. I hardly ever took my allotted vacation time, never took a sick day. By all accounts, I was an excellent worker, never got a negative review, never even got a negative email from anybody. So one day I walked into the office like millions of Americans and I was handed my pink slip, and it sucker punched me in the jaw. It took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it, and I totally didn't deserve it. By all accounts, I didn't deserve it. So it really wounded me. I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated and ashamed that this could happen to me. And I wondered, like, why was I so naive to this problem out there?
Well, how did you go from getting on the unemployment line to walking down the street and putting yourself in a cow pasture?
Well, it happened the day that I was actually laid off, that I was driving home with my termination papers in my passenger seat, and I was passing a cow pasture that I had seen every single day on my way to work. And I was like, and there was a lone bull sticking his head through the pasture fence looking at the highway, and I'm like, that's how I feel. I feel fenced in. I feel powerless over my circumstances because I couldn't have worked any better and just herded from place to place, and that's how I felt. I felt like a cow. So I started, I need to know something more about it. So I started hopping fences throughout the South Florida community, and I would call it extended stay trespassing, spending, living with the cows essentially.
Okay, so you do that, and you got these remarkable insights, and you turn it all around and relate it in an allegorical way in this book. What made you decide to write it?
Yeah, well, the book is written from the point of view of a pasture bull. So, and like you said, it's a metaphor, it's an allegory for what's going on, because we all graze on different pastures, but we're all powerless to a certain extent in this country. You're either one illness away from bankruptcy, or you are one job loss away from bankruptcy. And why are we so powerless over our lives nowadays? Like, why is it okay in the United States of America today that you can lay off a good worker without good reason? When did that happen? And as I was shown the door, they said, hey, it's just business, it's nothing personal. Well, why isn't that decision
You're like,
personal?
it's personal to me. What are you talking about?
If they send your life into a tailspin, why shouldn't that be a personal decision?
And how did you take this, though, from being, I mean, you could just tell your story and make a book out of it, but you chose to do it in a fiction way.
Yeah, I think fiction works a lot better, and I don't mean to throw myself into the same proverbial pasture as George Orwell with Animal Farm, but people have compared the two to the current situation, and basically is that is timeless, and it's applicable. It's a critique of society. It's a very easy way to critique society through a parable, through an allegory, through a metaphor. And it's not about a cow or a bull. It's about all of us. Like, you'll learn a lot about what it's like to be a cow and how powerless you feel, but when you read the book, you're going to learn even more what it's like to be a human, and I think you're going to reflect on your own life, and you're going to see exactly how powerless you are in your own life, whether it be financially, emotionally, or otherwise stable,
Yeah. We got to show everyone. Check it out. Okay, the cover of the book here. We have it here. ETRE the Cow. That's the black and white spots of the cow right there. It's all good. It's a short book, and it's a very interesting read, and it certainly speaks to our times. Dr. Sean Kenniff.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for
having me. Good to see you. That is